Oh,
So,
yes. Knop. Zo was het afdronk van gisteren, wat is het? Eergisteren? Dinsdag.
dinsdag, ja. Ja, nee, ik was uiteindelijk heel blij ermee. Het was misschien heel hectisch gegaan van tevoren. Maar uiteindelijk, ik hoop dat niks was gemerkt bij de participants. Dat het echt, ik heb het in 2 weken in elkaar gezet ook.
Oh.
Maar als niemand het heeft gemerkt, vind ik het helemaal prima.
Maar volgens mij was het hartstikke goed. En dat
Heel veel
prima
mensen.
deelnemer.
Meer dan ik had verwacht. Dus daar was ik vooral ook blij mee.
Ja. Misschien even gewoon de praktische kant. Misschien even je slides erop zetten. Dan weten we of dat deel van de puzzel ook werkt. Dat zou 2 vingers in de neus moeten zijn.
Oh. Werkt die?
Ja. Alleen dit is de Horizon Europe slide.
Oh, Conjo. Dat is ook wel een leuke. Ik had hem net... Heb ik hem zeg maar dubbel open gedaan, zeker? Ja. Deze wil ik. Ja, ik wil jou downloaden. Oh. Aha, ik had hem al gedownload, maar hij was nog niet opengezet. 1, 2. Bijwerken inschakelen. Ja. Opslaan. Tadaa, nu klopt die.
Perfect. Toch?
Ja. Het werkt.
Kijk. Hey, well.
Hello.
Perfect.
Ja.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. How was the National Day?
Really nice. Very sunny.
Good, good. Good, good, good.
Yes. I really enjoyed it. So, maybe let's get the practical thing done. Can you share your slides? Mikael?
Yes. Give me a second. Can you see them properly? I guess
Yes.
you can also change the slides. So.
Yeah.
So sorry because I did not reply to your email. I just realized today. MB, sorry for that. I was basically seeing how to not really overlap too much because some of the codes that we identified when we were planning the event are some of the same. So I will just give a couple more data on some of the topics that you will present, and also a couple of Cascade funding calls plus a digital euro call that could be interesting. But and that's it.
Sure. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it global, so it's fine.
Hi, Alberto as well.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Nice to meet
How are
you.
you? Nice to meet you too.
How are you?
Yes.
I'm doing good. Looking forward to the weekend, actually.
So close. So close.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is holiday also in the Netherlands, right? Public holiday. No? Okay, because here it is. It's like Workers' Day, so tomorrow is off for us.
Yes.
Not off for us, but we were off Monday, so you know it's
Okay.
I think half of the world is celebrating Labor Day. It's it's in the Netherlands. So even so, once we were in Belgium and we're like, oh, what's happening? What's going on over here?
in Spain once. Big festivals.
So well, here it is. But I think it has a reason because before the King's Day, because the National Day is actually we celebrate the birthday of the King.
Okay.
But before it was on the 30th of April, and now it's on the 27th. But it has always been so close to 1st of May, and probably because of all the other holidays in this period, they thought with a little bit of Dutch pragmatism, probably better to keep working.
So you always have holidays whenever it is the King's birthday?
Yes, actually,
Okay.
that is our national day, because our national color is orange. Everybody goes in orange on the streets, flea markets, music, drinks. Well,
Free
you can
cake for everybody?
no, more or less. It's always good fun. It's always good fun. So put up this one. So
Let me share 1 second my screen too. So to double check, because I will go into one of the products that it's related to the funding, the right cascade funding calls, and I will go directly to the product rather than the presentation. So just to check that I can share also that.
actually, today we decided to go for Citadel submission.
Really? Oh, nice. Interesting. And what else about Cybersecurity that we discussed it previously some weeks ago? Do you finally submit it?
Last weeks have been crazy, and we got another good grant awarded from the Netherlands that took also some time to get every detail in place.
So actually, I did a use case, an example with your company. So because obviously us is not Explorer is not a good fit for the cybersecurity cascade funding calls. So okay, you can see it, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
And then if you submit these details, or this is just our profile.
No, this is so you can create as so this is actually something that we still did not launch, but we plan to launch it I don't know, maybe
I would say in the next couple of weeks.
next couple of weeks. So basically, you put the data behind this is obviously our Cascade Funding Hub, which is free for everyone, where you can see all the Cascade Funding open calls from in the sector. You can filter according to the domain, type of beneficiary, whatever. But this one is a bit more specific. It gets your description, it gets your website, and through AI plus the calls that we analyze in the Cascade Funding Hub, it finds you, let's say, the best options. Then obviously everything needs to be checked from the company, but it's kind of a filter and a matcher for the best open calls, and it gives you a kind of a score, the ones that match with your profile, the ones that not, and so on. So I think it can be useful also for some companies that might be on the call. So
In the call, it will be maybe the uptake partners. So
yeah.
but in the end, all of them like this kind of funding.
Yeah, so the main idea of this platform is to go with cascade funding opportunities, although we are also planning and designing the tool for going into more bigger calls such as Horizon Digital and so on. So that way you can, with your own company profile, you can have all the different opportunities with different alerts, and you get specifically where you are supposed to be interested in applying to, so you don't waste too much time looking at bigger work programs, trying to connect with everybody. So that's the idea behind this tool. So we are making this pilot version with the cascade funding calls, which we have a very good database, and then once it is work and functional, we will go for bigger ones. Yeah, that's the main idea.
Sorry, there's a lot of noise outside. Give me a second. What's this noise about? I was training. I thought, are people protesting or something?
Ready?
Someone is
want,
stealing the National Day.
Yeah.
Still
Or they
drunk.
want the labor day as we have tomorrow.
Another day.
But I'm curious whether that will identify Citadel.
Yes, it will
It's,
for sure.
Yeah.
Excellent. Hey, what is the other one? Cyber range. Oh,
So you found a new one.
interesting. And what is the deadline?
Actually, it's next week too, because that's another
Oh.
point, important point that actually today, because when we were discussing about this event, Mark, this dialogue, I was looking at the calls and they were kind of really good calls, focused specifically in cybersecurity. Indeed, last week one of them closed. A couple of weeks ago, or no, 1 month ago, another one closed, and these two are closing next week. So it's not the ideal timing, but anyway, it's also a signal that future calls will open in the future related to cybersecurity. That is an increase in domain also here.
Nice. And what's the third one?
And the other one, it's AI on demand platform. But I guess this is a bit more broad, let's say, because it also identifies, and if you do it like HAI, so if you do it several times, you maybe will receive the ones that identifies like with the score. It's gonna be for sure always. You will see them always in the result. But in some cases, when some more projects are focused just on deep tech, for instance, it will may appear or it will may not appear, so it can change. But the ones that are specifically like really a good fit for the company, they should appear.
Cool. But I would say just demo because it's. And feel free to use us as a use case. It's good fun. Let me put up this part. Yes. Do you, Amy? Do you also have such a cool matchmaking tool for the calls and the?
We have, I think, the cybersecurity funding portal, but that's a bit more old school, and it's just we have to write it ourselves and stuff like that. But I think what we like about it is that the practical information is really short, so people can read through it immediately. And then we also have our contact form listed there, so if they need an advisor or want to talk to someone from the NCC, then you can just immediately get someone to talk with you about it. But this one looks very, very cool, and that they actually like with AI tells you this one would fit better for you or that one would fit better. So I'm really curious actually to show it to my team because we are advisors, so we have to do it ourselves, and then I can show them, look, AI took our jobs already. But it might just be also a good tool for us to check if we think, hey, this might be the best fit, and then we check it. You know, like a double check might be cool. But I'll definitely tell my colleagues about it for sure.
So in the after a few weeks when it's really released, so you can refer people to this tool. That's correct, right?
Yes. We'll obviously publish it. We can. I mean, we will because we have like two main things. The first thing is the database that is behind this, that is explaining all the codes. It's not giving you like is not filtering you according to the needs. But it's basically all the information is there. Then what we do is through AI match with your profile. But yeah, the real important thing and data, it's behind it. It's the data that we already have it, and it's accessible for anyone for free also. So
Maybe one thing I didn't mention, but I want to mention it right now. You already joined. We record the session, and there will make a short some statements movie for on LinkedIn as well to share. So in case you don't like it, this is the moment. And obviously, if you're not happy afterwards, let me know. But they will cut out some highlights and
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh,
We are good on camera, I think.
oh you look amazing. Oh. It is 4, but and we had 10 registrations, so let's at least wait a few more minutes before more people join. And it will be quite fun. And I will talk the first few minutes in general. Or maybe everybody is enjoying the nice weather, because here in the Netherlands it's really changing now to summer these days.
Same here.
And also, Miko, by the way, Elio is coming to Pamplona in May.
You're coming?
Elio is coming.
Yeah. Okay. Elio. We will see each other
Yes,
there.
and I'm looking forward to it. Great.
Nice. That's nice.
Have you ever been here or not?
I have not.
Okay.
And I've planned to arrive on Monday afternoon, so I can walk around on Monday evening to Pamplona to get a little bit of feeling.
Nice. Hopefully the weather will be good already those dates. So and I mean it's like if they daylight you have till 10, so it's a nice season.
Well, I really don't know what is happening, why the people can't find it, because yes, here we have registered people.
So there are 2 from Explorer that probably will not be joining because I thought it's actually we were finishing today at 3. So probably they will not join. The others, I see some partners.
We have the guys from Pluribus, Developico, Sheffield, Georgia, Peter. So we are moving to a little fail. Show it to the following. Because there should be a nice video in the end. Just mention a few highlights, and we ask them to cut the story in pieces there, because we're not going to do presentations just for ourselves. Maybe quickly sharing some details, and then we finish a little bit earlier. But we have, because I would like to see the video online, and also there we got some traction. So I really do not get why so limited participation. So maybe Amy, can you just quickly show the 2 most important slides that you would like to emphasize, give a little voiceover, and then we make a nice recording out of it. You're done in 10 minutes.
Yeah, if it's okay, I'll take over the slides for now.
Yes.
I guess what I believe is most important to take away from this is that in September there will be a lot of calls coming, and NCCNL, as the National Coordination Center of the Netherlands, working together with the ECCC, European Cyber Competence Center, who are regulating these calls, are looking forward to advise you on the current calls that will be open in September, which are those highlighted here. And I guess the one that might be really interesting as well as the dual use technologies is one of the first ones that we're going to do that might have dual use in it. And I feel like most of the audience for AppTake might be SMEs, if I'm correct. And then we believe that these are the most interesting for everyone. As you can see here, you see the EU contribution and the co-financing and duration. What is also good to know is that there will be a matchmaking event organized by NCC Finland physically in Helsinki in September, which is called Connect for Cyber, where you can find lots of people, which might be cool for you to go as well. We as NCC now will also organize something in September. So please look out at our LinkedIn to find anything. And another one that might be interesting is the Horizon calls that are open right now until September. Is to go through are quite interesting, actually, about chips, if I'm correct. And that's also one of a kind to have a chip manufacturing in your consortium if you are able to. And if you need some help with that, NCCNL can also do some partnering search within our NCC network. So that means everyone in the member states plus Norway and Iceland. So know where to find us to help.
Thank you very much. That was a very nice and quick overview and a very clear offering to support also in the matchmaking, because that is in the end your
That's my role.
daily task, right? Matchmaking of
Exactly.
companies and getting them in the right consortia and really drive the right proposals.
Yeah.
So advisory and matchmaking, let's continue to Sploro, because they are well, somewhere in the middle. Not the advisors, but really supporting and getting you into the right grant. They have a great platform in meeting or finding the right opportunities, as well as the possibility to execute your project. So, Michele and Alberto, can I give you the floor to shortly introduce your contributions?
Sure. So first of all, we are Sploro. We are an innovation consultancy firm. We specialize in EU funding, both in the providing services, find the right calls, right partners, but also in terms of executing properly all the successful projects through different digital tools that I will present some one of the products, and Alberto later on some of our already in the market products that can help you to successfully execute and make sure that everything is running smoothly. I will go directly to the most important slides because Emmy already mentioned some of the opportunities from the ECCC, but I would like to add also the opportunities that could arise from the cascade funding schemes. Just to introduce a bit what is the cascade funding or financial support to third parties. It's basically when EU grants or to smaller projects via a competitive open cost. The idea is the target is mainly third parties that take usually the form of SMEs, startups, but not only, because sometimes are also research centers, NGOs, and research groups eligible to apply. The good thing of this is that it's lump sum, and the grants are smaller, but there are really good opportunities here because it's obviously equity free. It's much more simple to apply the proposal. It's much shorter, much simple usually, and the administrative burden is much more low in comparison to bigger programs such as Horizon Europe and Digital Europe. What it matters today, it's because the number of cascade funding calls it's increasing. And also in cyber defense or data resilience, that it could be the audience of today. And how to find them, I will show you later one of our products to find the right calls for you, but we have the cascade funding.eu that it's the hub where we put all the cascade funding calls that you can find at this moment, the ones that are open with all the information, and it's free. We also have the newsletter, so it's a really good tool to be aware of all these type of opportunities. Also, regarding examples that actually are currently open, we have these two that are Cedar Ranch, that is an open call for independent cyber ranches that is closing next week, the 4th of May. The maximum grant it's up to 25,000 euros with 95% funding rate, and the duration of the project should be 2 months. It's entail only for individual applicants, so operators of existing cyber ranges, and that's one of the options that you have right now. Even it's true that the pretty close. Not only cybersecurity, but also security on territorial and infrastructure security. It's the goal is funding projects up to 60K, or better say up to 75,000 euros, but the maximum grant is going to be 60,000 euros. The duration is going to be of 9 months for the projects, and the project should be focused on piloting and doing demonstrations on advanced security tech. It could involve AI, it could involve IoT, photonics, and other tech solutions. And the triggers would be from 5 to 7 to 6, or even above of often. The sectors they are targeting are energy, transport, healthcare, banking, water, digital infrastructure, public administration, space, and food production. And it's targeting a consortia of 2 entities, one SME, providing the digital solution, let's say, and then the demand or the end user with the that should be the private or public entity that will adopt the solution. Those are the 2 main calls that I wanted to highlight. But that said, I don't want to it doesn't mean that those are the only ones that are currently could be interesting, and also that are not going to be the last ones, because as you can see here, 2 recent examples of open calls that were focused in the domain of cybersecurity and that were interesting, and for sure that many will come up in the upcoming months. For this, as we mentioned before, we will launch in the coming weeks a tool that it could be really interesting for startups, SMEs, and organizations that are looking for this type of cascade funding opportunities. So let me go back to the so just to show quickly the sample of how it works, basically, and how can be of use for the companies interested in this type of calls. I guess you can see it now. So this is basically the product already. It's called Cascade Funding Matcher. It's one of the products part of our ecosystem of digital tools in terms of finding the right opportunities. Behind this is the cascadefunding.eu that I already mentioned, that it gathers all the information from all the open cascade funding open calls from any type of project, any type of sector. So that's what is in the backend, let's say. But then through AI supported, we have created this product where you put basically here is the example with the company of Mark, where you can put the details, the description, also the link to your website, so it can extract all the useful information, select the fields that could be of interest to you, and then it creates a report. It goes with credits. You get some free credits. You to pay for some more credits, but just to show you an example that actually I think it worked already, Mark, and it's a couple of calls that could be of interest right now are the 2 ones that we already identified in the calls, but just to show how it works. It's basically call it could be this of interest to your company, when it's the deadline, the main sectors, how it it's aligned with the different aspects that we analyze. It gives you a score. And then it shows you also the non-matching, let's say, all the other open codes that are not. It doesn't mean that you cannot apply to them, but because you should check always the code documentation whenever you want to apply to one of these codes. But it shows you why it's not considered as a match, and what are the other things that are going on in the Cascade funding ecosystem. And that's basically all of our tool. I think this could be of really interest, but remember again that we also have the Cascade Funding.eu hub where all the codes are published and all the information is there, and you can also use it. And that's all from my side. I guess now Alberto will present you all the other ecosystem we have of products to support the successful execution of the project lifecycle whenever it's funded.
Yeah, so thank you very much, Mikel. Good afternoon, everybody. Well, Mikel has just explained you how to look for different opportunities, but I will go one step back for the history of Esploro. So when we created Esploro, we realized that people were actually doing things as they were used to do things. So they were used to use Excel sheet for tracking time sheets, docs for tracking, for doing deliverables, mails for connecting with different consortium partners, the funding and tenders portal to look for different consortium partners, going to info days as well to look for different, let's say, partners. And we realized that this was not the most efficient way of working in European grants. So that's why we started with a very simple needs product, what was Cronis Financial, what was meant to support companies when it comes to the financial management of the EU grants, which is sometimes very easy, or it seems very easy, but usually there are a lot of errors made by different organizations all around Europe, and we have identified those during the last 4 years when we managed to launch a product to the market, which is actually one of the pilots of the Uptake project, that we launched a product to the market and that we commercialize it now in more than 16 European countries, in more than 30 international customers. So our ambition as a company is to digitalize the entire grant world. This said, we started with the Cronis Financial, that I will briefly share my screen and explain how it works. So basically, we identify, as I said, that the financial management was one of the major pains for the organizations participating in European grants, not only because they thought that it was easy, but also because the practices that they were doing, they were 30 years ago when the first framework programs started. So we try to digitalize everything, and we conceptualize how a financial management of an EU grant was. And we understand it in 3 different, let's say, moments. So the first moment is the reporting, where you have already your project, and you need to actually justify everything to the European Commission. So, and you need to do it very carefully and with very, let's say, specified processes inside your organization, basically because you need to afterwards report that to the European Commission, and everything needs to be aligned, because you don't want to be in front of an auditor and do not have your timesheets. So basically, we started with a very simple tool, which was a digital timesheet tool. Then we realized that we could do a lot of things around the timesheet. So we introduced another variable, which was the personal cost. And then we introduced the annotated model grant agreement, which was one of the best documents to read whenever you go to the vet, but it's very difficult to follow. So basically what we did with the annotated model grant agreement and with the digital timesheets tool that we had is to apply the conversion rates and the different calculation methods from the European Commission inside a platform. This way, we were able to, with one data, which was the time of dedicated of a person in a project and the personal cost, we were able to give to our customers the exact number that they needed to justify to the European Commission. So it sounds simple, but still many different organizations are using Excel sheet that leads to major errors when it comes to the calculation of the personal cost. So we did this part of the reporting, and then we said, okay, so we have all the data, we are able to analyze it, we are able to extract the exact data, but people are always used to analyze the project whenever there is a reporting period. So that's why we created the analytics section, which is basically information in real time for all the different European grants that you have. So as long as your employees, researchers, or users that are participating in a European project, as long as they report the hours and the administration office report the cost, you are able to see the exact deviation of your projects in terms of personal cost, in terms of the different cost categories of your projects, and in terms of the so-known person month unit, which is the unit from that you need to afterwards report in the funding and tenders portal. So we had the reporting and then the analytics section, and we said, okay, what we are missing here. So what we so speaking with our customers, we understood that one of the major pains for them were to actually plan all the resources ahead. So that's why we created the planning tool, which is a tool that allows you to analyze all the different resources that you have in your company and extrapolate them throughout the natural year. So you know exactly how many hours do you need to reach the 100% of the time that you have committed with the European Commission, how many euros or personal costs you are missing for that. So that's why we created this tool. And then this was so we started this in 2021 because we were previously acting or working as a consultants and doing everything that we have said in Excel sheet. And then 3 years ago, actually 4 years ago, the Commission launched the so-known lump sum scheme that puts everything that we did aside our roadmap, because basically they said, or the Commission is saying, that they will not ask for timesheet. So the basis of our product, which was the timesheet, was actually let's say narrowed down to the let's say to a minor thing that we didn't or that we couldn't follow up for many more years as a central let's say tool. Indeed, when we talk now with different customers, we are asking, what do you do with lump sum models? And based on this conversation, we said, okay, so we have the financial management. We still thought that you need to keep your timesheet, but yes, you're right. We are missing something for lump sum schemes. And if the is to continue with the scheme, why do not launch a new product to support companies when it comes to the operational management of the projects? And that's why we created Cronis Project Management Office, which was only launched this year. And that what we have built here is a product to support with everything related to your project execution. So follow-up of work packages, follow-up of deliverables, tasks, activities of the consortium members, the financials, the activity, the calendar with the meetings and so on. So everything is done in a single platform. We intend to support either coordinators or teams inside an organization that are working in European grants and do have fragmented workflows, meaning that there are a lot of things done in one SharePoint, there are a lot of things done in a Google Drive, and there is not a connected ecosystem inside. So that's why we created the Project Management Office. And this is only the last part of our products. As Mikael said, what we intend with Cronis, and let me go here. What we intend with Cronis is to create an ecosystem of tools that will allow you or will facilitate your life throughout the entire grant cycle. Indeed, this year we were recognized by Gartner Research as one of the major providers in software providers when it comes to grant management, which was one of the, let's say, bigger milestones that we achieve as a product and as a company. And yeah, so we are very happy to have, so if you're interested, we are very happy to have a demo with you whenever you're available. And yeah, we will happy to show you either the financial, either the master, or either the project management office. That's all from my side. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Alberto. And I can confirm that almost every item you addressed, we do have an Excel. And I fully recognize all the struggles and also a little bit of learning by doing to update our Excel over the years. And it's not, well, I won't say it's not a hobby, but it is a pain. And I have been lucky.
Then we should have a demo.
I have been lucky, yes, but I have been lucky that our Excels have been approved by an auditor. But
Okay.
I can tell you, I was quite stressed about that process, whether she would, and I really did my best, but that stress can definitely come with a cost to have a framework that has done the job. So for the moment, I'm good.
Okay.
But definitely, I'm interested at some point to move to a more sustainable approach to manage
That's good.
the projects. Actually, maybe one question also here. Does your tool allow to maintain multiple projects at the same time? Because that's one of the things. If you have a person working on 2 or 3 projects, in his timesheet, the hours should link to the different projects.
Yeah, so the way in which it works, so we call that we have created a flexible and dynamic timesheet tool because it works under assignation. So so if you assign one person to a work package in a project, automatically this work package appears in the timesheet, and you allow this user to include the hours in a day where he or she has worked in. If you unassign this person, then automatically the timesheet will be updated. And you can, let's say, you can create as many projects as your license allows, and people can report in as many projects as they participate in. And the second question, or a follow-up question here, is, does the tool supports different programs? Because the calculation method is not the same in Digital Europe program and in Horizon Europe, for instance. Well, they are very similar, but not exactly the same. So the answer is yes. So we give a day equivalent rate per program. So you can also see the deviation between a very same person in different programs.
And they are changing the calculations and the rules still on a regular basis. So
let's see the next Horizon Europe.
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you all 3 for these great contributions. Maybe if there is a question, because colleague from Sheffield joined, this is the moment. Otherwise, I'm starting to slowly wrap up this C-flow or uptake dialogue. Uptake dialogue number 5. I think it was more interesting than the number of participants reflect. But this definitely, no, thank you, Elio. But this definitely deserves more attention. And I also really like that you took the opportunity of the Uptake project to step in as a pilot to use the Uptake tools to build a more secure platform. Because in the end, we are moving to really a platform economy, and with all the data leaks we have nowadays, I guess in Spain it's not that much different than here in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
But we need to be really, really careful to treat the data in these kind of platforms very well. And I think that is where also Uptake tries to make a little contribution. Having said that, Amy, Michael, Alberto, thank you very much. It was a great pleasure. We stay in touch and wish you a great afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Bye bye.
All right.
Ciao.
Mark, welke projecten stonden er bij ons als suggestie? Kon ik niet lezen op het scherm.
Eentje waar ik vanmiddag met Manu al over heb gesproken, waar we op gaan indienen.
Oh, nice.
Dus de tool werkte van ze.
Nou, dat is zo goed.
Ja, en even dat verhaal wat hij vertelt over het managen van die projecten. Nou ja, ik heb natuurlijk best wel een goede Excel daarvoor gebouwd. Al zeg ik het zelf. Maar ja, het is
Nee, dat
beter.
kan je veel
behoorlijk.
schelen als dit geregeld is. Dus het kost wat, maar dan heb je ook, koop je gewoon dat gezeur af en de risico's.
Ja, maar nou is dit ondertussen natuurlijk niet hetgeen waar ik mee. Dit hebben we best wel aardig onder controle.
Nee, maar dat geldt dus niet meer voor ons, maar voor als je hiermee begint en je hebt hier geen ervaring mee. Goed.
Zeker. Nee, nou, een beetje jammer dat van de 10 mensen echt dus niemand is gekomen, behalve jij dan. En, maar eventjes analyseren en ervoor zorgen dat ze dit nog wat verder aantrekken. Want ik wil eigenlijk die Arctic Dialogues gebruiken om juist het cybersecurity marktaandeel voor Ciflo op te bouwen.
Ja.
We maken er een mooie video uit.
Precies, dat is wel belangrijk. Ja. Oké.
Goeie trip nog en ik zie je later.
Yes.
Doei, doei.
Spreek je.